Welcome to Science on Location. Today we're going to Friar Park in Grove City, Ohio. At first it might not be obvious why I want to take you to this park, so I want you to look around and see if you can tell why I would maybe want you to visit this park. Look at that thing. What is that? It's really hard to get a good idea of what this park looks like with the snow, so let's look at it during a different season. Wow, does that give you a better idea? Ooh, that's some interesting play equipment. Let me back out a little bit more. Can you tell? What's going on there? Ooh, what is that? Friar Park is actually space themed. When you look at this photo version of it, what do you see? You definitely see the sun there in the center. And I don't know if Mercury, Venus, and Mars are there, but it looks like definitely some orbiting around the sun. See the Earth and the Moon. See Mars. You see Saturn. Wow, the sidewalks almost kind of look like orbital paths too. Oh, it looks like there's Neptune. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff there. What did you see? In the summer, you can go to a splash pad at Friar Park that's actually space themed too. So the space theme is just part of the reason I wanted to take you here. Friar Park has something else I want to show you. Friar Park has a model of the planet's distance from the sun. So this is a scale model and we are going to walk it. And it's really interesting to walk it too so that you can understand how far all of the planets are. So I've been checking out the rays in the sunshine there. So we're going to start at the sun. Let's read what it says about the sun. It says that the sun is the largest object in our solar system and is the largest ordinary star. Its age is 4.6 billion years old. The sun's core temperature is 28,079,540 degrees. Ouch! Our scaled sun, you can see the little tiny image of it there, is right there. But in real life, the actual diameter of the sun is 865,000 miles across. When we look at our scaled diameter in this, it's 283 thousandths of an inch. So this scale model is so much smaller than the real sun. You may have noticed the dots on this plaque on the left side and then right underneath the scaled model of the sun. That is actually Braille. Braille is a system of touch reading and writing for blind people in which raised dots represent the letters of the alphabet. We will see Braille on all of the plaques that we look at today. All right, we're going to go to our first planet from the sun in our scale model here, and that is Mercury. There's Mercury. Let's find out a little bit about Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun and has temperature swings from 298 degrees Fahrenheit to 800 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's always over boiling there, super hot. Mercury is often visible from Earth, and its surface is cratered much like our moon. Now, if you look at that scaled Mercury model, look how tiny it is. It's a little dot. Its actual diameter is 3,029 miles across, and for our scaled diameter, it is 1/10,000th of an inch. Its distance from the sun is 36 million miles, and its scaled distance is 11 inches from the sun. Time to go to our next planet. The second planet from the sun it's Venus. Let's check out Venus. Venus is regarded as Earth's sister planet. They are similar in chemical makeup and density. Venus has a nearly circular orbit, and it is the brightest planet in the sky. If you look right there, there is a scaled model of Venus. It's really teeny tiny looking, but the actual diameter of Venus is 7,519 miles, and the scaled diameter is 3,000th of an inch. The distance from the sun is 67 million miles, and its scaled distance is 1 foot, 10 inches from the sun. time to go to our next planet. Let's find the third planet from the sun, and that is Earth. Earth is the most dense of all planets in the solar system. 71% of Earth's surface is water. The moon is the only natural satellite. All right, let's go ahead and check out that scale model. You can see the size of the Earth to scale. So each one of these that we've seen so far, we've seen that scale model and seen how tiny it is. The actual diameter of Earth is 7,926 miles. The scale diameter is 9,000ths of an inch. It's 93 million miles from the sun, and our scaled distance at the park here is 7 feet 6 inches. All right, let's go to our last inner planet, the fourth planet from the sun, which is Mars. Mars is commonly referred to as the red planet. Mars has 2 polar ice caps, similar to Earth's. Mars has 2 moons, Deimos and Phobos. That tiny dot is actually a scaled version of Mars. The actual diameter of Mars is 4,223 miles, and its scaled diameter is 3,000th of an inch. The distance from the sun is 141 million miles, and the scaled distance here at the park, 11 feet 6 inches from the sun. All right, we're going to leave the inner planets and go to the outer planets. Do you remember what's between those? The asteroid belt. Look, there's even an asteroid belt here at the park as we go to our fifth planet from the sun, Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet, 318 times the size of Earth. Jupiter is a gaseous planet. It does not have a solid surface. Jupiter has 61 satellite moons. And if you look at that scaled Jupiter, I know it's really hard to see, but it's still teeny tiny on that scaled model. Remember, look at what the sun looked like. It's been by far the largest model that we've seen so far. All right, let's talk about Jupiter some more. Its actual diameter is 89,000 miles. Its scale diameter is 87 thousandths of an inch. The distance from the sun is 484 million miles, and its scale distance from the sun is 39 feet 6 inches. All right, let's go ahead and find our next planet from the sun. What is it? It's our sixth planet. It is Saturn. All right, let's talk about Saturn. Saturn is the second largest planet and gaseous. It is the least dense of all the planets. Saturn's rings are composed of mostly water ice. Saturn has 31 satellite moons. And if you look right there, you can see the scaled Saturn. Saturn's actual diameter is 75,000 miles, and its scale diameter is 25 hundredths of an inch. It is 887 million miles from the sun, and its scaled distance from the sun at the park is 24 feet 2 inches. Time to find our seventh planet from the sun. All right, let's go there. All right, do you remember what it is? What's the seventh planet from the sun? It's Uranus. All right, this planet's plaque was by far the dirtiest, so I did my best to try to get you the information. Uranus is the third largest planet in the solar system. Uranus is uniformly composed of rock and ice, and it has 7 known rings composed of particles up to 10 meters in diameter. All right, let's see if we can see that teeny tiny scaled Uranus. I know it's really tough to see, but I think that's the point of all of these models, these scaled models on the plaques, because we saw what the size of the sun looks like, and then to look at the rest on the plaques, we can see they're not very big at all. So when I'm saying not very big at all, the diameter, the actual diameter of Uranus is 32,000 miles. So that's not very big on this little plaque. The scale diameter is 1/100th of an inch. Its distance from the sun is 1.784 billion miles. Wow. All right, we're going to go to our 8th planet from the sun. Let's go ahead and find that and see what we can learn. All right, there's Mr. All-Fours. He's helping me find that last plaque, that 8th planet from the sun. Do you remember this planet? What is this planet? Oh my goodness, what happened to that plaque? There's our planet. It's nothing. Sadly, our Neptune planet plaque is not there. So we can't really learn about Neptune, except I'll teach you a little bit. But we can't learn about it in the same way. So one of the problems I've seen at this park is people have vandalized it in different ways. It makes it tough to learn and grow when people do that. So one of those things that makes me sad. But let's go ahead and talk about Neptune. Neptune is the most distant planet. Neptune is also the smallest of the gas giants. And Neptune is the coldest planet in the solar system. Neptune's diameter is 31,000 miles, and its distance from the sun is 2.793 billion miles from the sun. All right, students always want to go ahead and see Pluto, and they do have a plaque for Pluto. So we're going to go ahead and check out Pluto, see how far it is from the sun, but look how far Neptune is from the sun. All right, let's go ahead and walk to Pluto. Mr. All-Fours is going to help us find Pluto too. So we know that Pluto is a dwarf planet, and before it was a dwarf planet, we considered it a planet, and it is really the farthest from the sun of any other planet, which is why it was very hard to study. And so as we got more technology, scientists were able to determine that it was a dwarf planet. It is always dark on Pluto, and the temperature on Pluto is as cold as negative 391 degrees Fahrenheit. There's that scaled Pluto. It's just like a little tiny dot. But the actual Pluto's diameter is 1,423 miles. And its scaled diameter is 5/10,000ths of an inch. Its distance from the sun is 3,666,000,000 miles. So it's far. And its scaled distance is 100 feet from that sun. So if you look back at where we started at the sun and those rays, that's 100 feet in our scaled version. So remember, we're still talking about huge distances, like billions of miles away. After we found all of the planets, it was really fun to go ahead and climb up that hill so we could get a better view of the park as well as Grove City. People like to sled down that hill when there's a lot more snow on it, but today we're gonna climb it. All right, we made it to the top and we're looking down at the park and trying to find those space themes that we learned about. It's also cool to look up there and see the fields, and you can also see Century Village, which has historic homes and buildings, the YMCA, the pond, and lots of baseball and softball diamonds. Taking the snow away from this view helps us to see all of the colors and parts of the solar system that are at this park. No matter the season, it's always fun to get out there and connect what you're learning to a park. You never know what fun things you might run into. All right, that's all for me. Take care. Peace.